told you.
There we go.
So I already told Chad.
Okay.
But if we're recording long enough that the Kraken game comes on, I can't watch it.
Why not?
I've watched 0 seconds of any of the games that they've won. Welcome to another episode of the American Beer Review Podcast.
Good times with good friends requires good beer. Lucky for us, we know how to pick all three.
We're a group of friends who grew up in the Pacific Northwest, giving us a jump start on our craft beer journey.
Join us today while Brian,
Alec,
And Chad.
review some beer, talk about beer topics, and whatever else comes up. We invite you to pour yourself a drink and hang out with us. And the only games I've watched,
they've lost.
they've lost. There was one I turned it off and we immediately scored 2 goals, but we still ended up losing that one.
About time to drink a beer?
Yeah.
A different recording time today, so it's actually after work and about happy hour time.
It's past happy hour time, man.
Yeah, well,
It depends on what job you have.
It kind of feels weird to drink beer on the podcast at a traditional, hey, let's drink beer time.
I mean,
That makes it sound like we're starting at 8:30 in the morning or something.
noon on a Sunday is about football, whatever.
Oh,
kickoff
yeah.
time.
I mean,
Okay,
we live
fair.
on the West Coast. Football starts at 10.
Yeah.
Fair point.
College football starts at 9. Races start at
Noon-ish.
Yeah.
noon-ish. Yeah. So,
But it is also special because we've got a double holiday coming up
yeah.
that we have to address.
Also, I'm unemployed, so I
Yeah.
can start
Yeah,
drinking
that's
beer
rough.
whenever right now. I mean, I won't be as of the time this airs, but
Yeah.
I did
But
not
this
go to
little,
work
this
this
little
morning.
period of time, I think that's more than appropriate.
So, the holidays we're referencing, well, one's a realer holiday.
They're both. Well,
Yeah.
it's a real holiday. It's just not celebrated
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Cinco de Mayo, where Americans tend to over-exaggerate
Por favor.
the, I don't know.
importance of it.
Yeah. And then also the nerd holiday of May the 4th.
Which you almost named your son after.
Yeah, well, we used him as...
Tongue in cheek.
Yeah, because he was...
You didn't hear about that?
Yeah, he was
Oh.
supposed to be due on May the 4th.
Okay.
So before we picked a name and we knew boy or girl, we referred to him as Luke or Leia.
Oh,
And then we
nice.
called him Luke for a while, but it would have been like naming him after my mother-in-law's dog, so we didn't do that.
Yeah, it's a little awkward.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably some historical Lukes that you could have
Yeah.
diverted off to.
So we have a couple of, I think one is from Mexico.
Very
Yes,
much. You
very.
took Spanish in high school?
Yeah, I'm 190 days in on a Duolingo streak too.
Well,
So
look at-
Oh, there you go. So you can read that can and tell me what's going on. I got
What am I-
3.2%
What
alcohol?
Tell me what I'm putting in my body right
yeah,
now.
so it's a 3.9%.
3.9.
Yeah. That word I don't know. I'll have to look at that one.
Wonderful.
Cayaco, but it's a lager. Looks like Mexican and tropical is kind of the key thing.
Ooh.
So if you do
Yeah,
travel,
please definitely click the link in the podcast description.
Oh, because we're going to
Because
butcher.
we're going to butcher the hell out of this.
the other thing you can do is I don't know if you've ever done it, but you have the Google Translate, and you can literally just look at writing, and it will translate it for you.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Yeah, I need to go from. Where is? Let's see. Here
This
we
is
go.
interesting.
All right.
It's an interesting smell. I thought it was...
It's almost like apple cider.
I was going to say it's almost got like a light, soury
Mm-hmm.
flavor. Not flavor. Smell.
Designed by Cayaco Lager. So this is brewed and bottled by Cerveceria Artesanal de Colima. So looks like out of Guadalajara area in Mexico, and then imported by a beverage company in California. So that's kind of how we're getting it.
So this is the authentic beverage today.
It actually has like artisanal independent Mexican artisanal independence like logo. Like it's like our version of like the independent beer.
Beers. Yeah, I saw
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Oh, so we're drinking craft beer?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see. This beer's inspired by I don't know that word. Yeah, I'm killing it with the Spanish. By the cool shade of a Cayaco palm, the tallest of the native palms of Colima, whose forest came to cover a good part of the Mexican Pacific coast. Nice. Well, I should actually try it.
Yeah,
Thank you, Duolingo.
Yeah, / my Google Translate app.
And Brian's brain.
Yeah, dude, Google Translate app, you could literally just point your camera at stuff that's in another language and translate it for you. So, ooh, that smells nice.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, wait till your Google ads start coming in Spanish now.
Oh, I like that I use a VPN and like Spotify will send me like these ads. I'm like, why does it keep telling me about this concert in Joliet, Indiana? Like,
oh, right.
Oh, right, because it thinks I'm in Chicago.
Well, like when we started, we got like a huge following in Brussels.
Yeah. That was just the most common VPN location.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, I mean, this, it's really crisp. Like, not a, I mean, it's just a lager. It's a 3.9% lager. Yep. I mean, it's a solid summer beer, just hot weather. Probably good Mexican beer.
Yeah. But their version of lager skunk is interesting. It's a little more sharp.
For people who, describe what you mean by lager skunk?
Kind of that it's bitter but just kind of like it
not a hoppy bitter.
This is going to sound bad the way I describe it. This is the way it makes sense in my head. It's like the hops are slightly past their due date, like or a best by date. But it's like it
could just be
what skunk smells like. Imagine that taste. So kind of sulfury, I guess I would say.
Huh.
That's what I always get, like in a good bitter lager.
All right.
Because I get a lot more sweetness out of it. But my palate just might be wrecked.
Yeah,
I get a sweet kick at the end.
Yeah.
It comes in just like a slim 12-ounce can.
Well, the ones we got our hands on.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad about being in Mexico and just throwing back a few of these compared to
Pacifico's
Corona or Pacifico.
Pacifico's usually my go-to.
Pacifico's not bad,
but at 3.9, this is very enticing moving forward. Because this was at Total Wine.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'll take a picture of the can. My parents are in Mexico.
Oh, nice.
As we're recording. I'll see if you can find one of those. If you walked into the bar and ordered
one
of these, if that's
that'd be
something
interesting.
That they have. I mean, he's in super touristy spot, so it's not really.
You never know.
We never know. Yeah, but
someone in Wisconsin checked it in.
Well, it's on.
Yeah,
Untapped,
I mean it is on Untapped. It talks about like, I mean, it's all in Spanish, like the description of it, but it's a Mexican lager. It has the like what malts they use. It has the like the hops they used: Magnum, Hallertau, and Saphir.
I haven't heard of
I was getting I was getting the Magnum on top of the Hallertau.
Yeah, that's interesting.
What's
I wanted to see what other, they have 83 other beers.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. Like,
well, I am gonna have to next time at Total Wine, I will look for another can completely in Spanish.
Right?
Yeah.
Theirs, yeah.
Man, they got like Gosas and Brute IPAs, like Farmhouse Saisons, like.
It's like a pretty wide. It's almost
Baltic Porters. Like, yeah, they really have a full, like, a barley wine. Oh, man, I really want to try a Mexican barley wine.
Ooh.
I wonder if it'd be more sweet than what we get here.
Yeah. That's aged for 5 months in bourbon barrels out of Kentucky.
So we ship the barrels down there. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's a fun one. Like, but yeah,
I'm glad I picked that up. I almost walked by it.
Yeah, I would rather crush a few of those than like your Coronas and things that are at a resort or doing that type of thing. Obviously, we have the penchant for like wanting independent, so sticking with that. But how bad was the cost compared to like a standard? Like, I think a 12-ounce can.
It was in the make your 6-pack.
Like $2 or something.
Yeah, it was like $2 or $3.
So standard.
Well,
so
it's a total wine, so it's not a Tavor drop where you're paying
right,
something like that.
But so it means it's getting good distribution to get into it. So they at least connected with a good American distributor to get it here. But yeah, it'd be wild to see if you could find more of them. So yeah, that's
their stuff.
Yeah, out of Colima.
I think that's worth a drive. I might make the drive this weekend.
You're gonna road trip to Colima?
Colima, Mexico?
We've got a lot of road trips planned.
I was like,
no, 15 minutes total wine.
I was like,
no.
We're going North Dakota. I think we committed to going to New York at some point, and then we decided that Eastern Washington might be a lot more feasible.
Yeah, we should probably just start with something in-state.
Yeah.
Like, we literally have breweries all around us.
We don't actually even have to leave.
I don't remember the last time all of us went to a brewery together.
We could get an Uber. We could be at a brewery and.
Oh, that's true.
It's
true.
That's
true.
They just moved to a new spot down there.
I haven't been to the new one yet. That was a light one. It was good. It started. Do we got more?
Yeah, we got one more to celebrate
Cinco
de
Mayo.
Mayo, and this one's a little bit.
Golden ale. No, a blonde.
Oh,
Sorry.
God. You just like sprayed water everywhere.
I did.
No.
God, I mean, we actually have really nice weather today. Like,
The sun's
I
out.
want like 2 or 3 more of these.
I know that.
These Cayaco ones and like sitting outside.
Well, I know Thor has at least one more, so you can take a picture of it.
Yes, I do.
At some point, I've said it before, you guys can take your own pictures and then.
Yeah, but it's a lot easier when you do it. By
Oh, it's
you,
fine.
I mean you make your wife do it.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes, yes.
Well, your wife does probably have our best rated Instagram posts in the last like 60 days.
Yes, in the last bit. I had a quick, short, and simple one that caught fire a while back and got like thousands of views.
That was
And
wild.
God, I don't know why. All right, so tell us what we got
All
here.
right, so beer number 2, it is Pepperbelly, a chili pepper blonde ale by Triplehorn Brewing in Woodinville, Washington. So
Much closer to us. now.
much closer to us, but Mexican influenced.
Oh, yeah.
Independent craft, Washington beer, and I don't.
Oh God, am I gonna hate this?
Oh, that's our logo.
I'll take a taste and I'll let you know if it's like that one you tried that one time.
6.9%.
Nice.
Blonde ale.
A blonde ale at 6.9, and then that's 18 IBU.
Yeah.
So
So light. Yeah.
is light
Blonde
for
ale
its
makes
blonde,
sense.
Makes sense.
Dude, the aroma, man.
All right, let me get my nose into this.
Yeah.
The aroma is for me scarier than the
Then the
taste.
flavor. Okay. Okay.
Is it punching? I'm not catching
An aroma, you're not?
right off.
Oh, I was getting
as it was
like a lot of pepper. Like
as the like your head probably diminished enough, but
Okay.
right after the
Is this
pour,
when we find out that you have COVID?
No,
Because you can't smell it.
I can smell it. Just
or top yours off and smell as the
or shake it or like mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, shake it up in my house, please.
I not the bottle. I meant like his glass.
because I'm catching it way more in the taste than the smell.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I definitely got the aroma of it. That like you kind of have that forewarning.
The taste we were talking about is peppers.
Yes.
It's,
Hot peppers.
It is. It's not that. Well, we'll see.
Okay, Well, you haven't. Is this your first taste?
I've taken a couple sips. Obviously, I said I tasted it more than smelled
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's right.
This is pleasant.
I'm not mad about it. My 40-year-old tum-tum doesn't like the spice anymore, so I'll do okay with the... Sorry, did I just kill you?
Jesus.
I'll do fine with the taste. I like spicy foods, but I tend to feel it the next day.
Oh, I can eat it all day and I'm fine.
I used to, and I don't have a problem.
I'm ruining the day when I find out I can't do that
And
anymore.
it used to be like you go to Thai food and how many stars? 5
5.
star. Just loaded up on me.
And they go, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, and I can still do that. It's like later that night, the next morning, and it's just no. I have an intense stomach ache, and I don't know why. Except for now, I know exactly why.
Oh yeah, so I am a stereotypical white guy, and even this, I'm like, that's a little bit more. I would not enjoy a full glass of this.
I am liking the pepper in this because there feels like it's being used instead of hops.
Right.
There's nothing else fighting this.
No.
I think that beer we tried years ago that was a pepper beer, I think there was some hops in it and it was trying to fight with, like, your tongue was confused. Is it spicy or is it hoppy?
Yeah. Well, this definitely is more on the novelty side, but I do get what you're saying, and that is almost perfect way of wording it. Is instead of a hoppy bite in the finish, you're getting that peppery
it's
finish.
And sometimes on like a really intense IPA where you can just feel it go down and sit here.
Film the same thing. Yeah.
Same thing.
It's just from the pepper instead of from any like hops or a piney or whatever.
Yeah, and that earthy.
Say it.
No, I'm not going to say it.
He's been waiting so long.
That earthy smell, like when you chop up a bunch of vegetables or peppers, for example, blends nicely with the malt. And I'm glad they upped the malt bill. I think if this was any lighter,
it'd be overpowered almost.
Yeah, it would just crush the pepper would crush the beer.
They do say what peppers they use.
Oh, perfect. What do they got?
Serrano, jalapeno, habanero, and Anaheim peppers.
So they're blending into the spicy herb, but not like a ghost or a scorpion or reaper, like the super hot ones.
Yeah. So,
and I'm getting a lot of jalapeno up front, and that's what I'm getting on the aroma.
For me, I just don't love. I like kind of your more bland peppers.
Bell?
Yep. So
just the green ones?
No, like red, yellow, orange. So it's really well done. It's just not my, like, I literally now, I think this is like the 4th one where I can remember like the spicy beers that I've had. This is the right amount.
Okay.
It is about, getting about 4 ounces of it for me is pretty solid.
Right.
I've had a couple, like I'd had one taster that it had Carolina Reaper in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
They said that a lot of people would get that one to, they do like a crowler to go just to do like to cook with.
Oh, okay. I can see that. Yeah.
That'd be a great chili base.
But trying the smell of it was great. But every time it touched my mouth, I was like, "Oh God, this is bad."
Right.
This one is much more tolerable. Like I've accidentally ordered like 2 other times hot pepper beers. Like, just a heads up for people, if you get a Mexican stout, expect some peppers, some like hotness. Yeah, I actually before last night or this morning, I realized we've already done a couple versions of Irish Death before. But they have a Mexican version right now. That we
don't have.
No, but because we've done Iron Horse, yeah. But it would be interesting to try. I would not want a whole 6-pack or anything on my own. This one though, what you're talking about, like a pint, barely over a pint glass bottle that it came in.
Yeah, it's 1 pint 9 ounces.
Yeah, for probably for you guys, I mean, having that whole thing.
Nope, I can already feel it.
Okay.
Tastes great.
For me, that's a perfect size for splitting.
Yeah.
Because as a fun thing, because I'm gonna get like 4 ounces out of it.
Yeah, it's a good split. This would also be, this is kind of off the wall, but it's 80 degrees. I wore shorts all day. I'm losing my mind. I got some like vitamin D flowing through me now.
Yeah.
If you were at a cocktail party and you just had a little snifter of this and you're sipping it like whiskey.
Well, and I think that's where Brian's point is. Is it 4 to 6 ounces?
Yeah.
It's good. It's different. It tastes. It tastes good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's an excellent executed beer.
Yeah.
Boozier than I expected for a blonde ale.
At 6.9.
I wonder what that process what they went through to get that.
Yeah. I'm also going to throw this back into the ice bath because I screwed up not putting the beers in the fridge this morning. Sorry, guys. Because it was still fairly a little bit above room temp.
Yeah.
I wonder how it would go a little bit colder.
This might be one, though, that you'd actually serve closer to a room temperature because of the flavor profile.
Yeah. I wonder if you would lose some of the...
If you chilled it all out.
If it's too much, yeah.
But that's also interesting. But that's a good...
little thought experiment.
Thing.
Or
Like it, yeah. If like, hey, I want a little bit of pepper, but you can tone it down by serving it colder.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see kind of what options.
Speaking of cold.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
You know what's really cold?
The ice planet of Hoth?
Yes.
Oh.
See, Brian's getting mad already.
Carbonite. Carbonite's pretty cold.
Also pretty cold.
Yeah.
All right. I'm switching glasses because I'm afraid this one would taint
this
the
is
flavor
tainted.
of the next
These
one.
got to be
Yeah, which is a little bummer. I wish we should have busted out the tiny glasses for this one. No offense to this beer.
It's a cross contamination issue.
Yes.
I know. I wish I would have done a shot glass of this one.
Oh, well, here. You guys just pour yours into my glass and I will act as sacrifice. That way they're empty.
Yeah. Well,
and we don't waste this delicious
I mean,
beer.
it's nothing this is what I feel bad. Like, listen, if you have a bad beer, I'm going to tell you it's a bad beer. Like, there's some beers out there that suck.
No, this is not one of those.
It's not. No. It's just not my jam. But like,
they know it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah.
Like
you don't make a spicy beer you don't go in making a spicy beer going, everyone in the world is going to love this beer.
Yeah.
No, you got a niche market. And you serve.
Is it niche or niche?
I go back and forth, and I'm sure I'm wrong every single time.
No, it's fine.
I feel like I'm wrong either way that I say it. So.
Yeah, there was something the other day that I was watching like a presentation, and I was like, oh, God, they're going to say that word the British way.
Okay, niche or niche is one of those words you have to pick how you're going to say it or type it on the fly, depending on the words on the other side of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like
you just got to go with what feels right, baby.
People say cash or cachet.
Well, cachet is wrong.
That's entirely wrong. That's
what I think. But all right, so you really tried here to get some. We're switching to. We should have done the fourth first, but
no, it's fine.
We should have. So yeah, may the fourth be with you.
We went with the more traditional beer celebration day.
Yeah.
Okay, and we had two of them.
Yeah.
So this is
and a little antidote. I spend an hour walking around Total Wine trying to find a little bit closer Star Wars themed beer. Because the usual online routes
wouldn't have gotten here in time.
Wouldn't have gotten here in time, unfortunately.
So you're a little bit of a stretch.
But it's damn close.
I'll explain the beer, and then you can explain your logic and how it ties into.
Yeah, because I have no clue.
I get it, but so this is Bosk Brew Works.
Yes.
This is Smuggler's Hold Hell's Lager.
Okay.
At a 5%. And should be, it's a lager, so 16 IBUs.
You guys taste while I work my way.
Yeah, let's hear your
through my logic
on
so
how you got
going
there.
with Bosk.
Mm-hmm.
If you throw another S between the O and the S, you have Bosk.
Yep.
Who is the Trandoshan bounty hunter?
Yep.
Who was in the Boba Fett's crew when they were talking to Darth Vader in the OG trilogy.
Not
I believe
originally
so.
with Boba Fett, but yeah.
Or was he at Jabba the Hutt's?
Where
was he?
Yeah, he was one of the bounty hunters in the second movie.
Okay.
So not Jabba. So sorry.
Damn.
No. You were right. You were right. I
Wars.
got ahead of myself. But yeah, he was. Yeah. Anyway.
No.
Bosk.
Fine. Close enough.
Trandoshan.
Okay.
It's a lizard guy.
Lizard guy. Yeah. It's a fun class to play in Star Wars Galaxies.
Yeah, I didn't play as one.
No, weren't we Wookiees?
Yep.
Yeah. And then Smuggler's Hold.
Brian has fallen asleep.
Obviously, everyone's favorite dashing, debonair smuggler, Han Solo.
Absolutely.
Yes. I think Brian did fall asleep. Somebody quick, throw him in the back to tank.
So the beer's good.
He's changing topics so fast. He can't get over this fast enough.
And we have Rogue One going on the background on mute.
I will say, I've said this before. I have seen all the movies.
You've seen this one before?
Yes, but it was a while ago.
You saw Solo?
Yeah, because
how are you on the TV shows?
I'm caught up on all of them.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mando's pretty good.
Yeah. So like I've watched. I think this season was fine of Mando. There were
a couple.
The early ones were better. It was still fun.
Yeah.
Chad and I earlier were talking. Andor is great.
Yes.
And kind of like Andor's is a different style though than Mando in the fact that like Andor is it's telling a lot of other stories.
Right.
Mando is like your classic like Gunsmoke, have gun will travel. Like he just exactly. Yeah. I mean literally down to the sounds of like when he goes to do something, like when he's like gonna engage in something, you have that like distinct sound that they do every time. Yeah. So I've seen them all. I even watched the Boba Fett one,
which felt like Mando, like
it basically
2.5.
Yeah, well, it had to be because people who all of a sudden when Grogu's showing up in Mando, they're like, "Wait, what?" Because they didn't watch Boba Fett.
Yeah,
spoiler.
Oh, right. Yep.
So yeah, there you go. So see, there's I watch them. It's just I'm not getting. I don't like. On it? Yeah, I just don't invest that much. But no, when I got Disney Plus a while back, I set a goal of catching up on every single Marvel thing that I had missed, and all of the Star Wars stuff.
I'm so far behind on Marvel that it's not even funny.
Yeah, but I don't know that it's all worth catching up on.
That's kind of what I felt when I was not catching up on it.
Yeah. That's why they came out and said, we're going to space out the movies. We're going to take a few things out.
I think somebody just got signed as like another Marvel. Somebody like a mid-tier name got signed to mid-tier. I'm offending all of their fan base, but whoever it was got signed to a movie, and like the comments were, "Cool, you're doing the actor's version of Jury Duty." At this point, so you got to do your obligatory.
Yeah,
Marvel
but you know
movie.
what? Jury Duty pays. I got paid
$10 a day.
I got $10 a day. They're getting.
Oh yeah, no,
millions of dollars.
Oh, I thought you meant like the Jury Duty TV show. Have you heard about this?
That keeps throwing ads.
I haven't watched it yet.
For it,
a guy goes on jury duty. He's the only person who's not an actor.
Oh, I was referring to the Pauly Shore movie.
Oh, so it's like a
no, it was not.
Oh,
but it's like
so it's like a Joe Millionaire kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but one of the actors is very famous.
Yeah, I know. I saw him. I was like, that's why I thought it was.
I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it. A friend of mine did. He said he enjoyed it, but that's why I looked at it. I was like, I would know. Like, oh, don't tell me that. And maybe the show they acknowledged that he's the actor.
Oh, Kiefer Sutherland is on this jury with me. This is random.
No. Wasn't it James Marsden?
Yes, that's who it is.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You got goddamn Cyclops on your jury. Yeah.
Yes.
He's been quiet for a little bit. Anyway, yes.
So
Bosk.
Is there more in there?
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Back to the beer.
Yeah, so it's a Hellas lager. So this is where I'm gonna
Hellas.
not
let me say Hells like it was not a big team.
Hellas I just try not to.
What's the difference? What's the difference between? You don't want to be too beer nerdy.
Well, so Helles Lager. It's a German style lager.
They could just write that.
So
They could have put the little two
Umlauts,
dots over.
yeah.
so
over
they're
the-
talking about like full-bodied, mildly sweet, light-colored. They're I don't know enough. That's what I was gonna say. Is I don't know for sure that I would be great at telling you the difference of them. In Untapped, they specifically even start to talk about it being a Munich lager,
Okay.
but they do talk about being slightly more malty.
Because that's what I'm feeling. It's a more mouthfeel, heavier feeling lager.
Mhm. Yeah, so I think that
The
sounds.
fact that it says it's 5%, I would say
It says 5.
Yeah.
On here it says 4.6. So
4.6 would be more surprising if
Oh,
it's all
yeah.
would weigh in at drinking
Interesting.
this. I would probably peg it as like a Pilsner lager,
Yeah.
but it's just got more
I mean,
to it.
for all of those, you're just talking about different. The original thing for them. Okay, now I'm going to get into the beer nerd.
Mhm.
You're just talking about different styles of beer from different parts of Europe, and for the most part, it was based on what kind of ingredients they could get, and honestly, the water texture or the
right.
water chemicals of it. Like Pilsner is I think it's Pilsen is a city. Like that's
Yeah,
where it came
yeah.
from. Like you talk about like a Vienna lager. You're talking about Vienna. So it's all about just the different locations and what they can get access to, what their water profile is, and doing that. So that's what this kind of is.
So you're telling me the major branches of European beer that exist today
Mm-hmm.
are because of water. That word I can't say.
Umami is not flavor.
Yeah, that's where I was. I'm
No.
not gonna.
We've gone into it. You just gotta Google
I know,
what the word
I
means.
know, but you just said all these different branches.
like,
Said no, you have to use this water because it has the right texture.
It's like who does like the New York bagels, right? Because the whole thing with the New York bagels
water.
is supposed to be the New York water, and so there's
Oh.
somebody in California where they had like gallons
Of New York water.
water shipped out because that was like the secret ingredient.
Huh.
So.
But yeah, I mean, it kind of is. Like you can find that certain places make, and some professional breweries will treat their water
Oh, that was
yeah.
about the point where I was out on the science
of brewing.
brewing when it was like, well, we got to get water tests
Yeah.
to figure out what our
Yeah.
pH and alkalinity and all that. I'm going,
Yeah.
this is
You've taken the fun out of this.
So many steps beyond what I.
It's still going on, but there are better tools now.
Yeah.
They make it
Like,
easier.
you just send your water to be tested, and people will send you back. Okay, here's what you add to
Yeah.
every gallon.
Yeah.
It's fixed. But regardless,
Yeah, I mean, this is a good solid, like another good summer beer.
that's very excellent summer beer. Way lighter
Yeah.
in flavor than I thought it was going to be.
It's one of those things like we need to create a list of these types of like the German style beers for when Thor goes to Oktoberfest.
I got a guy.
Because
He's already given me a list.
like I had one at when I was in California from a brewery. It was their Maibach,
Mhm.
which if you've not had many Maibachs, like that's a
been a while.
solid one. You forget how boozy they are, but they are clean, kind of smooth drinking. So that's one that you should definitely look into.
I think he's just going with table beer so that he can survive the trip.
Yeah, that
Also not a
that's
bad
what it
idea.
is.
Not a bad
It's
idea.
a balance of hydration and fun.
All right, you guys want to fridge these before we
Yeah.
wrap up?
Yeah.
So starting with the Cayaco. That, I mean, you can get your hands on it. You
Yeah.
found it 10 minutes from my house. I would not have grabbed this on my own. I didn't think about the fact that it was going to be Cinco de Mayo when we were recording, but this would be an easy one. Summer, and then especially going back to Mexico, like grabbing something like this just to mix it up outside of like the imports that we're more familiar with.
Mhm.
Going something a little bit more local would be good.
That is sitting at the pool bar in Mexico.
Yeah.
There. All
Yeah.
day.
I'd buy a case of it.
For the summer?
Yeah.
Just
Like,
beer fridge it?
oh yeah, just to have around all the time. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. guess I don't have that much else to say. I enjoyed it. It's great.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just I don't think I'm gonna buy it in the winter or anything.
No, and it's tropical, but it's not like an overly fruity or
No.
whatever flavor. It's whatever. You tried to read it, but something.
Yeah.
But it's not a tropically flavored beer. It's definitely a Mexican lager, but not. It's a very good representation of it. So I would drink that.
Yeah.
I will. I'm obviously going to fridge it summer.
Yep.
Poolside bar.
Yeah.
In your cooler. Going out doing stuff.
And I think that's
great,
more where it fits
solid summer beer.
for me is, it's a poolside or going someplace, bringing something different, or definitely ordering there. And then, maybe it's a beer fridger.
Yeah, 3.9 too. Like
Easy.
Yeah.
I think
Pepperbelly.
we know where Pepperbelly sits for each of us.
Yes.
Chad's the only one buying it.
No, Chad's the only one who bought it, and I don't know that he'll be making a return purchase.
I think he would.
Would you?
I do a bottle a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this would be a good.
What?
This is a cool Cinco beer for me.
I wouldn't buy a bottle, but I would not turn down
A
half
taste.
glass.
But what
Yeah.
I am going to do is search out a couple of the brews from them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Oh, Triplehorn?
yeah,
Yeah.
they had some other interest. I mean, they did the flavors real well. It just,
Yeah, I'm very impressed with how they put that beer together.
where's their cucumber?
I've had
Yeah.
others of their stuff. It's good.
Good.
Not a lot, but a few. I'm trying to remember if I've actually
they know
been
that.
there or not.
They know
Yeah.
that when you're making a pepper beer,
Right.
Even your,
A pepper beer in glass.
but even your interested beer drinkers are not going to be.
Yeah. Well, that's why I figured it was in glass. They're like, we didn't.
It'll last.
It's not
longer.
worth running through the can line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Bosk Smuggler's Hold.
It's good. I think if I had to compare it, unfortunately, I think like compared to the Mexican one, like it's just not gonna make the rotation quite as much.
Nope.
But it would be one to grab every once in a while to have around as just a different style. Getting a little like we talked about. There's some slight different flavors in that as a light beer compared to some of your other standard ones.
So I think this, obviously it's not tied into May the 4th. We got it, whatever, through a little bit of a reach. I feel like May is coming out of the season where this would be a beer fridge rotation.
Yeah.
This, for me, would be more of a fall, winter
Oh, interesting.
lager and less of a
Yes.
poolside, lakeside lager. So,
Okay.
and that's on us, whatever. But very good beer.
Yeah, totally.
Again, I think a beer fridger, but probably more of like a not a winter lager, but during the winter seasons.
I'm not echo that. I would, if the average temperature is staying over 70, I'm not
Fingers
gonna
crossed.
Fingers crossed. I'm not going to have that in the beer fridge.
No. And that's where
But-
when it's gray and whatever outside,
Yeah,
but you want something that's at a 5, or you said
Drinking that on a rainy, cruddy Northwest day is I want it.
and you're not having a macro.
No.
So cool. All right. Well, our glasses are empty. Hopefully yours are too. And we will see you next time.
It'll be interesting to see if it just randomly shows
Guys,
up sometime.
I do a little bit of fishing every once in a while. Sometimes you just got to throw the bait out. And you just gotta wait. You just got to wait for the big one to come and snatch it. If you are picking up what we were putting down, please like and subscribe on your podcast platform of choice. And reach out to us at A Beer Review on social media if you have a beer you would like us to review.